The region is currently confronted by security threats of kidnapping, armed banditry, insurgency, farmer-herders conflict, arms trafficking, and several other contemporary security issues that require concerted effort to address, including the pivotal input of the respective state governments. The current effort by the state government to establish a drone center for intelligence gathering and support of other security operations is highly commendable, and it is our hope that it will come into service soon, as it will be a game changer in tackling security challenges, not only in Kaduna State, but the Northwest and even the North Central. It is imperative to reiterate here that interagency cooperation is sacrosanct to the DSS, as evident in the history of the service. I wish to recommend to my colleagues from other security outfits to tow similar pattern of convening regular zonal security meetings towards having robust discussion on security threats confronting this zone. Such periodic meeting can further be expanded in the future to include all heads of security agencies working in the zone, with a view to providing a common forum where they can deliberate on security issues in the region, review strategies towards containing contemporary threat pragmatically, taking into cognizance the nature and dynamics of each threat. This will no doubt promote efficient utilization of resources and efficient performance.
Considering the current profile of security challenges, where banditry is now fused with terrorist threats, collaboration, especially between the various state commands of the DSS, is more pertinent than ever. The different constitutional mandates of security agencies and the immense strain on their numerical strength demand that they must be on the same page, especially in terms of intelligence gathering and sharing. In this way, action agencies can be more than the sum of their individual parts. In our experience so far, several serious attacks could have been prevented if there was more robust collaboration within and amongst security agencies. There have been instances where available intelligence indicated a high likelihood of attacks by armed bandits, but due to lapses in collaboration, sadly, the responses by security agencies fell through the gaps, leading to needless loss of lives and property. As such, we have previously emphasized the need for greater interagency collaboration. Happily, we are seeing more significant improvement in this regard here in Kaduna State, like the SDS has stated. Our appeal to you today is that we all imbibe more than ever the essence of sharing and teamwork. In security management, every element is important, and in our situation, every command is part of a system. As it is commonly said, teamwork makes the dream work. Each one brings a crucial piece to the intelligence puzzle, especially in these times when the challenges have blurred the state lines and operate with no delineation between our territories.
You are all aware of the immense security challenges across the states in our region. The consequences of these serious security deficits have devastated the rural economy, taken lives and property, and made simple travel an ordeal across federal, state, and local government roads. Addressing this grave problem and restoring order required that security managers and intelligence agencies constantly share information and experiences. These criminals operate across state lines. Therefore, tackling them requires cooperation and collaboration by the various states. Any plan that seeks to address the problem only in one state will at best yield a temporary respite as the criminals retreat to safe havens in places where there are no active and continuous counterinsurgency operations. The governors of the Northwest and Niger State appreciated this salient fact as far back as 2016, We came together to fund simultaneous operations by the federal military and security agencies across the largely ungoverned Kamuku-Kuyambane forest swaths that straddle about 7 of our states up to Dajin-Rugu in Kaduna State. These operations disrupted cattle rustling gangs, but were unfortunately not sustained as a continuous exercise to dominate these spaces and assert within them the authority of the Nigerian state. That the criminal gangs have become more daring and dangerous since recovering from their near defeat in 2015 is obvious across the country. As the lead agency for domestic intelligence and counterintelligence, the Department of State Services has a vital role to play in providing reliable information needed by the police and armed forces and other security agencies for the total defeat of these dangerous insurgents. This is an urgent priority in the face of the looming food crisis that we face if our farmers don't go to the farms. The rains are here, but farmers in various communities are unable to go to their farms. That is when they are lucky not to have fled their remote villages under pressure and attacks from the criminals. This cannot be allowed to continue. The security agencies need to strengthen intelligence gathering to establish not just the identities, plans, and locations of these criminals, but to actively disrupt their capacity to organize and mount attacks on our citizens. But it is also very important to ensure that prompt and coordinated action becomes the default response of the armed forces and the police to the profusion of actionable intelligence that is already available from the DSS. I wish to commend the State Security Service for holding these meetings and developing a collective perspective rather than operating in silos. This is what we have tried to encourage across our military and security agencies here in Kaduna State. It is one of the major mandates of our Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs. Your host director, IDRIS KOYA, has been a consistent advocate of interagency synergy, and I wish to acknowledge his efforts and the hard work of the officers of the SSS here in Kaduna State. We are truly blessed.